In India, temples have been the soul of the country. But with invasions of the Islamic rulers and the Britishers, several temples were destroyed. Our ancestors kept rebuilding temples. Have you ever wondered why everyone attacked the temples? Why were the Islamic rulers, or for that matter, even the British, were scared of Hindu temples? What threat did Hindu temples pose? We would like you answer these questions in this video. In the last video, we exposed how Hindus were denied their constitutional rights. This video, we wish to emphasize on the significance of our temples. Have you ever heard of agamas? Agamas tells us everything about the temples, from their designs, planning, architecture, and worshipping methods. Dr. Deepa Dureswamy has described beautifully the temple management in the agamas in her book. Out of the complete book, we would mainly focus only on the significance of the temples. Temples were not merely a place of worship, as we all believe it to be today. Temples were much beyond that. The vision of temples was grand. In the ancient days, temples played the following roles: social center, essential services, cultural center, economic hub, political center, development center, historical center, and the philosophical center. Isn't this surprising? Today we see temples as just the places of worship. Let us dig deeper into each one of these. Social center. In the olden days, people gathered at the temple premises for holding periodic festivals. These festivals dealt with the art and culture of the place and community: wrestling matches called akhara, quizzes and contests, classical dance, music, and every other form of popular entertainment. Several sacred ceremonies took place in the temple premises, like engagement, marriages, thread ceremony, etc. In short, it was a thriving place all the time. Essential services. The temple sponsored local schools or held classes for children in its own premises. Temple zones had their own hospitals and judiciary located, managed by the temple fund. They had goshalas of their own and managed several cows and calves. Cultural center. They also kept the country's art and crafts alive. They promoted local artisans and several other professions by calling them to display their services. Several people who showcased jewelry, gemstones, were invited for the decoration of idols, festive processions, etc. Making icons on stones and metals encouraged several sculptors of the country. Those who gave better services were rewarded by land and steady income. Economic hub. As you must have realized by now, the temple served several purposes. The temple construction, architecture, maintenance, the people working there including priests, jewelers, florists, musicians, dancers, cooks, decorators, etc. were employed by the temple. The needs of the temple were dependent on the size of the temple. Landless farmers cultivated crops on temple lands and retained a minor share of the harvest as their income. Several inscriptions show that the temples or the villagers gave a loan at some fixed interest. Not only that, the temples invested their funds in irrigation schemes, land development projects, etc. In short, the temples raised the standard of living of the locals. Political center. Taking into account all the points mentioned, the temples had a local power of their own. They were capable enough to fight with those who attacked them. Remember, they created several loyal employees, gave lands to practice akhara. These were the same people who came to rescue in case of attack. Development center. Several towns grew into small urban sites due to the presence of these temples. In a way, the temple also educated people of irrigation systems and Annadan. The temple served as the central place for all commercial, political, and economic activities. Last, but not the least, temples had their own philosophical significance. The temple is considered as a representation of the body of Shiva. The human body, too, is considered as a temple where divinity resides. Several other philosophical discussions took place in the temple premises. To conclude, people visited the temples not just for worshipping, but they generated employment, ran schools and hospitals, participated in the Annadan programs, preserved art and culture, and discussed several issues on various subjects. It was clearly a thriving ecosystem in itself. Islamic invaders and the British strategically attacked the temples to completely destroy the ecosystem. They have succeeded partially in doing so, as the seeds of hatred they had sown continue to grow even today. Even today, temples are vandalized. Remember, it isn't just the attack on the deities, but an attack on our culture, our ecosystem, our economic growth, and our prosperity.